Let me just type this real quick. Okay, fantastic. So when you are in Schoolytics and you have logged in, you should be able to click on students on the left-hand side. So whichever table that you want to filter down to, you can obviously see them right over there. So we're going to select the students table. You're going to see that it gives me a list of students. And remember, all of those columns are clickable. So I can sort by student name, I can sort by class name, I can sort by how many assignments they've completed. So I can know like, okay, which students have not completed a lot of work, but please do remember that this is on the date range. All the data is on that date range. So you want to adjust the dates up at the top back to the beginning of the semester if you're looking for quarter progress reports. Right, so you're going to click on the students table and you're looking for that drill down icon. It looks like a little man on a clipboard. And so when you click on that, and again, double check those date ranges, please. And so it's really nice because it allows me to not have to have my progress report be so long, but maybe just for the week. And then I'm going to click on that green icon that says progress report. So when I click on that green icon that says progress report, it'll allow, it will allow me to save it to Google Drive. Do you see where it says create Google Doc? That is it. It's a Google Doc. You know how to make share a Google Doc. You know how to edit a Google Doc. You know how to customize a Google Doc. You know what to do with a Google Doc, and you know where to find it. You're going to find it in Google Drive. So once it creates the Google Doc with the progress report, you're going to see it that the buttons change to view folder and view report. And I don't use PDF because I want to customize it and I want it saved to my Google Drive, right? So it's there. If you want a PDF, it's there. I love Google Docs. So I click view report and it's going to open that right up and I can see this Google Doc. You can see Marsha's progress report right here. It gives me some really nice charts, again, on the date range, but it's a Google Doc, so I can customize this whole thing however I want. So I'm going to go, Stephanie, I would be happy to show that again. I'm actually going to show it live, but I will also just give you, let me back this up. I'm on this page. Here's the page I'm on. There we go. Okay, so I am in Schoolytics. I am on the students tab, the students table. I'm on the students table. I see that I have Marsha right here. I'm going to hover on her student profile icon. You can see where it says drill down. So all of these icons are clickable. I'm going to click view student profile. And I get all kinds of great data about Marsha. Here we go. I can see some trends of when she's been turning in work, you know, when it loads here. Now look, Marsha's not done work all month. She hasn't done work all month and she turned everything in last night. No surprise, at the end of the grading period, she did everything in one day. That's Marsha for you. By the way, Marsha's a good friend of mine and she is able to take jokes. She did not get the assignments until today, just so we're clear. But she did really well on them. So that grade average is not based on the grades that you have in Google Classroom per se, if they're weighted. They're just based on the points that you assigned in Google Classroom. If you leave your grades in Google Classroom as total points, they should match in that sense. Right, and so I scroll down and you can see I have some other charts. I have a list of all of her scores. I can sort by due date. I can sort by class. I can sort by grade. And if I click on any of these titles, it's going to open that assignment in Google Classroom to allow me to interact quickly with Marsha and Marsha's progress report. Take a look here. It's doing it. Is there a maximum number of students in a Google Classroom that Schoolytics will process the data for? I have some classrooms with a lot of students because I use it for professional development and I haven't had any problems. Anna, do you know of any trouble? Oh, she says
There's
no.
No maximum on the number of students. The only thing that is restricted is the number of classes.
But Google Classroom does restrict a single class to 1,000 students. So just so you know. That's not Schoolytics, that's a rule of Google Classroom. All right, so you'll see that it actually opened up right to Marsha and I'm able to give her feedback and give her a score and get back and forth. It opened a new tab, so I didn't even lose my place. So this really helps me quickly to drill down. All of these are filterable. I number all of my assignments. So I do hashtag 015. I'm going to find that assignment really quickly without having to scroll and do all these things like I do in Google Classroom. So that's quite lovely. But I want to customize progress report. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to click on this green button, says progress report, create the Google Doc. And I click view report. And you'll see that it is that was pretty fast to get all, and this is saved to my Google Drive, you guys. Where am I going to find this? There is a folder in your Google Drive for Schoolytics that has all your progress reports that you made. How do you share this? I just click the share button. If I want to share it with a student, it's relatively easy because this, when I start typing a kid's name, it auto populates. It knows everybody for their emails that are in there. So I was able to send the missing assignments report to every single one of my students in under 10 minutes. Now, to be fair, I do work part-time, but still didn't take me very long. And then before I send it to them, I check it, make sure it's the way I want, and I write them a note. So I'm like, hey, Marcia, you've been doing really awesome. Keep up the good work. I have highlighted the assignments that I want you to go back and update. Please read my feedback in the private comments, right? So I'm going to come down here. She turned in everything, but we're just going to pretend I want her to keep working on this one. I'm going to go to the highlighter in the toolbar, and I'm going to highlight it so I can, because it's customizable. I'm like, it is too late for you to look at this one, or it's old or whatever. I am able to, of course, just right click and delete the row. I can delete the row. I can delete it manually, just in the same way that you would do all of the progress reports.